Some people try to be edgy, but Danielle Brandon doesn't try. She just is. She refuses to conform, does things her own way, and doesn't care what anyone thinks. That's what makes her one of the most exciting and inspiring athletes in CrossFit today. She's relentless, she's fearless, and she never backs down from a challenge. Her combination of raw talent, mental toughness, and an unshakable will to succeed has catapulted her to the highest levels of the sport. Before taking the CrossFit world by storm, Danielle was an elite athlete in multiple sports. A scholarship in pole vault at Sacramento State, she balanced track and field with her growing passion for fitness. Despite her athletic background, she had never truly tested herself at the elite level in fitness competitions. That all changed when she took on the grueling test of the CrossFit Open, where she finished 16th worldwide, securing her spot at the CrossFit Games in 2019. That year was a game changer. With multiple avenues for qualification, the Games saw an unprecedented influx of athletes, creating a fiercely competitive environment. Danielle was thrown into the deep end, facing off against seasoned CrossFit veterans. Despite being a rookie, she refused to be intimidated. She quickly realized she wasn't just here to participate, she was here to win. Her breakout moment came in the second event of the 2019 Games. Facing gymnastics-heavy movements like handstand walks, one of her strengths, Danielle shocked the field, overtaking seasoned competitors like Brooke and Tia-Clair Toomey. The crowd erupted as she crossed the line first, a moment that solidified her reputation as a rising star. The post-event interview was her first taste of the media spotlight. Nervous but excited, she delivered an unpolished, raw response that resonated with fans. It was clear. Danielle Brandon was different. She wasn't a scripted, robotic athlete giving rehearsed answers. She was real, and that authenticity made her an instant fan favorite. Danielle has never been afraid of hard work. Growing up, she was the kid doing push-up competitions with the boys, constantly proving she was stronger, faster, and more resilient. That same mentality has carried her through her career. She's an athlete who thrives under pressure and refuses to accept anything less than excellence. Whether it's gymnastics, weightlifting, or endurance events, she embraces every challenge head-on, determined to outperform her competition. She trains with an unrelenting intensity, pushing her body to the absolute limit day in and day out. While some athletes crumble under the physical and mental toll, Danielle finds motivation in the grind. She's known for being unapologetically fierce. If there's a challenge in front of her, she's going to attack it with everything she has. When she joined elite training camps, she wasn't just a competitor, she was a force. Training alongside top athletes like Carrie Pierce and Bethany Shadburn, she pushed herself to new levels. The intensity of these sessions was unlike anything she had ever experienced. She didn't always win in training, but she learned, adapted, and came back stronger every time. Her ability to absorb knowledge and refine her technique set her apart. She wasn't just gifted, she was disciplined, constantly seeking improvement. Whether it was refining her Olympic lifts, perfecting her gymnastic skills, or building her endurance, she dedicated herself to becoming the most well-rounded athlete possible. The 2021 CrossFit Games should have been her best season yet. But when her training partners tested positive for COVID, she was isolated, forced to train and compete alone under strict restrictions. She wasn't allowed to be near the other athletes, was forced to wear a mask at all times, and had to do workouts in isolation. When CrossFit officials made her run an event separately, she was left standing alone, waiting for someone to volunteer to run with her. That's when legends like Laura Horvath and Sam Briggs stepped up, showcasing the camaraderie of the sport. Even under these challenging conditions, she dominated. While many athletes might have crumbled under the weight of frustration and unfair treatment, Danielle channeled it into fuel. Danielle's defining moment came during a handstand walk event at the 2021 Games. After weeks of adversity, she was finally in control. She obliterated the event, setting a record-breaking time. As the crowd roared, she flipped them off in celebration. A raw, unapologetic moment that became legendary. That night, her social media following doubled. It wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. Danielle Brandon had arrived. That moment symbolized everything she stood for: raw talent, fiery passion, and an unwillingness to let outside circumstances dictate her performance. She wasn't just competing in the CrossFit Games, she was putting the world on notice. By 2022, she was in the best shape of her life. She trained with elite coaches, refined her skills, and was ready to take on the Games once again. She didn't just participate, she dominated, finishing 4th overall, her best performance yet. More importantly, she proved that no matter the setbacks, she would always come back stronger. Her ability to thrive in chaos set her apart from the rest. While many athletes meticulously planned their training and routines, Danielle embraced unpredictability. She thrived in adversity, proving that mental toughness was just as important as physical ability. Danielle Brandon is more than an athlete. She's a movement. She defies expectations, embraces the struggle, and proves that being different is a strength. Whether she's crushing workouts, challenging norms, or inspiring the next generation, one thing is clear: Danielle Brandon is a badass, and she's just getting started. Her journey is far from over. As she continues to grow and evolve as an athlete, one thing remains certain: she will keep pushing boundaries, challenging herself, and inspiring those who follow her. The best is yet to come, and the world better be ready. Her story is about resilience, power, and unapologetic confidence. She's not just competing, she's rewriting what it means to be a CrossFit athlete. And if you don't believe it, just watch her next event. She'll let her performance do the talking.